Hey, this is Greg Hague, and I thought I would share something that not a lot of people know, and that is, when can you legally record conversations? Well, various states have either what's known as one-party or two-party recording statutes. And what that means is if you're on a phone call with someone else or you're face-to-face with someone else, does your state require that both of you consent for you to record the call, or just one of you to consent for you to record the call? Well, 38 states have what's known as one-party consent statutes, and that means that you alone can consent to you recording the call, which means you can secretly record the conversation, whether you're on a phone call with somebody or whether you are face-to-face with somebody. If you're in a one-party recording state, you can record that without notifying them. And of course, that would be true if there were more than one party. Now, in a two-party recording state, all parties, even if there's more than two, have to consent to the recording, so that if you're on the phone with another party or two or three or four people, or in a meeting with two or three or four people, if you're in a state that requires two-party consent, then you have to get everyone's consent to record the conversation. And I will tell you that the two-party states, every other state is a one-party state. The two-party states are California, Connecticut, Florida, Illinois, Maryland, Massachusetts, Montana, New Hampshire, Pennsylvania, Washington, and Hawaii. If you're in Hawaii, it has a weird statute. You need to look it up. One last thing before I go with Greg Hague's legal tip of the day, and that is that this does not mean eavesdropping. Eavesdropping is when you are listening in to someone else's conversation, and you are never allowed to record that. You're never allowed to secretly listen in to someone else's conversation and record that. You actually have to be a party to the conversation in order for these recording statutes to apply. However, eavesdropping does not count. It is not eavesdropping when people are doing things in public. That is, people go out in a shopping center, they go out on the streets, they go out on the sidewalk, they even go out in their yard. You have no right of privacy. You have no expectation of privacy when you're out in that scenario, and therefore people can record the conversation, record video, etc., and there's no violation of the law. It requires no permission at all. So hope that helps. That's just kind of a fun legal tip for today. Once again, this is Greg Hague. As always, I salute the Maverick in you. Bye-bye.